Welcome to the final of the juniors in the WPA World Championship. I'm Alex Lely from the Netherlands. I'm here with Mike Kablukov from Russia, from Moscow.
Hello everyone, that's correct.
Race to 11, Fedor Gorst is up against the surprising finalist.
Yeah, we've got another Moscow player here involved, and I wouldn't call Enkhbold Temuujin a surprising finalist, as long as he is the runner-up of last year, actually. So he was defeated by a player from China, I think, in Shanghai in 2016. But, well, me personally, I was kind of expecting him to perform again, so far he does.
Okay, well, I'm the coach. I was here as the coach of Jan van Lierop, who met Temuujin in the semi-final. I guess I haven't done my homework correctly. But he played good, Temuujin, in the semi-final. The semi-final between Gorst and Hofman was not such high level. Just a very, nervous affair. Both players made more mistakes than what we're used to seeing from them. Both Gorst and Hofman, multi-heralded European champions. A race to 11. Alternate break. Gorst here off to the races in Rec 1.
Well, I think in a while we are going to have the writing fixed, because Temuujin is basically the name of a Mongolian player, and his last name is Enkhbold.
Enkhbold.
Yeah. I think it could be a little bit harder for us commentators, but well, we could name them Fedor and Temuujin, and that's okay.
Yeah. So, a little off angle on the 6. Don't know if he played to go for the 6 in the corner. Fedor Gorst has a very nice rhythm when he plays. Quicker paced player. So young and so experienced already.
Yeah, he almost steamrolled through the brackets. He played Patrick Hoffman of Germany twice. First he won with ease, like 9-2. It was the other way, a little bit different story in the semi-final, I think.
Against Hoffman, yes, it was 11-8. But the quarter-final, he beat Yip.
Yeah.
And he won that match handily. It was 11-3, I think.
So, did he play for this side, or?
I think so, yeah. A little awkward, since he misplayed that draw shot off of the 7. And that's Rec 1 to Fedor. Fedor Gorst, two-time European champion, opens the lead in this final. Played in Moscow. Kristina Tkac just won her match. Could be 2 gold medals for Team Russia.
Yeah,
Amanda Rasaya here in Moscow.
We've had both our strong favorites for the titles, Kristina and Fedor. Both are in the finals, so Kristina already delivered.
And theirs is the proper name, Enkhbold. Enkhbold.
Enkhbold.
Enkhbold.
You tend to read this like Russians do.
Okay.
Because it's V in Russia.
Enkhbold.
Yeah.
From Mongolia.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's only 2 years I've ever heard about Mongolian playing pool.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't aware of it at all. And actually, they seem to have pretty strong players there, because some of them were at the Asian Games this year and the Taipei Universität, and just they can play.
They play us. But the break here, illegal. So initiative goes to Fedor. He can make the 2. Difficulty is to get shape on the 3 ball. He's looking at running into the 9. There's a relatively easy safety to stun draw behind the 3 and banking the 2 ball back up table. He could also soft draw, go into the 6 and leave himself a bank on the 3. Here's Lev
Yaroslavtsev.
He's the main man. I don't know his exact position in Russian pool, but
he's the vice president for local billiard federation.
He's been around for ages. Actually, the first time I came to Moscow, maybe 60 years ago, he hosted me. They had the World Pyramid Championships.
He's usually the team leader for Team Russia at the European Championships.
Difficult shot this. Even to just get the safety. Well, he did what he had to do. The only thing he could have done better here was to get that 3 ball closer to the rail.
Well, it's just the same principle I think you mentioned in the match earlier. Just take care of the object ball.
Object ball first. If you're not sure of the cue ball. Now he can spin the ball, short, long, go towards the 9. But he played an easier way. Just a high ball, controlling the 3 ball. Nicely done.
Yeah, very nice. He had 2 options, like the 6 and 5 as possible blockers.
Yeah.
So he used only 1, but he's good there.
No jump available. It's a question. The question is if Fedor needs right spin to get to that 3 ball off of the short rail. If he doesn't need right spin, it's somewhat easier. Can play a full hit to send the 3 ball in between the 7 and 8 and maybe even end up behind the 7.
So he's going 1 rail.
Worked out fine. Buying himself a little time. Full hit, just go forward, bank the 3 back and keep the cue ball behind the 8. That's the simplest shot there is. But he doesn't see it, I think. He's looking for a way to leave distance between the balls.
Yeah, once again bringing the red 3 to the short rail, leaving distance.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Funny angle for Fedor.
And he's going to be jacked up a little bit, playing off the rail.
Enough space between the rail and the 3 to hit it on the right side. Bank the 3 back and 2 rails for the cue ball behind the 8. I think it's on. Too thin. Was a good shot by Enkhbold. And he's getting the reward for it. Can't leave himself too much angle on the 5. Then he'd be running into the 7. managed to get in straight in, or at least on the proper side of the 6. Making a reset. Enkhbold wants to be sure. Had he pulled the trigger there and then, he'd be favorite to place it well, but he wants to be sure. It has to be perfect. Reminds me a little of Konstantin Stepanov, how he strikes the ball, Enkhbold. Very fluid. And that's 1-1. Good safety play.
And both of our leading players, Konstantin Stepanov and Ruslan Chinakhov, they have so fluid strokes. I've heard of people coming at the Derby City, like the Derby Straight Pool Challenge, only to watch them playing these smooth, like backstroke, follow through,
big swings,
big shooters. Are you going to the Derby City again this year?
No, I didn't go last year, and I'm not going this time.
Any special reason for this?
Yeah, it's too much for me. It's overkill. I cannot pace myself, so I'll go once, twice a year to the States, and I prefer going to a city and then through Airbnb renting an apartment and having a kitchen, and at least at the end of the night or in the early morning going back to a normal apartment.
As opposed to staying at the hotel
in the end, at
all the weekend.
At the Derby City, at the end I'm a zombie, and I don't like that. He's going to the Derby, Gorst. He has done well there in the past. So young, but already bangs and one pocket, he holds himself well.
He's a fast learner, like every champion.
Good point. You gotta learn quick and have an open mind for learning. Never just go out to play. Always learn your lesson. Nice stroke. Perfect on the 3. Very confident stroke there on a 2 ball.
You see the latest fancy Predator cue in Gorst hands. It's not long ago he switched to Predator, got sponsorship from them, so I think he adjusted pretty quickly.
Was a nice camera view there from behind. We got to see a glimpse of Fedor Gorst setup, very straight. He lost the second rack when he misplayed that safety. And this is a great way to respond. Break and run. Smooth, rhythmic. Taking the lead again, 2-1.
Our referee in charge is Roman Mirahmedov here. One of the best APBF referees with vast experience. He knows so much about how the tournament is expected to roll, what to do here and there, and just I think he could answer any questions in regard with the rules or how to apply them.
Yeah, seems like a smart guy.
He's the head referee for this event in Micha Volko of Slovenia. He's the tournament director. Also the EPBF referee, doing an awesome job.
Lev Nikolaevich. That's not his family name, it's Yaroslavtsev.
Yeah.
Why do they say Nikolaevich?
He's the named after the father. So you know his father was Nikolai.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like a more formal way to address someone.
Yes, that's the only formal way.
Okay. So my name would be Alex Georgievich, as my father is
George.
George, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Alexei Georgievich, really.
Okay. Good break. No luck. Wants to make a full hit on the one. Good shot. Good shot. Was not easy. Cue ball close to the rail. The one ball was close to the 6.
Well, probably got a little bit lucky with the final touch of the one.
Yeah.
Karamov the 7.
Yeah, but luck is the residue of hard work. I mean, he did many things right on that shot.
Yeah. Just give it your best. I believe that the game is fair. So just...
Well, in the end, it's fair.
Yeah.
And he's going in the air. He's close to the ball. You've mentioned during the previous final that he's so good at jump shots.
I don't know whether you mentioned this before, but what's your opinion about jump shots in the game of pool?
They're there. They're there. You know. I think it's. I can imagine that people at home who don't play so much that they like to see jump shots and that it's spectacular, etc. You know. Let them have it. Let them have it. Good outcome here for Gorst. Huge. Because this is super difficult for Enkhbold to get to. Now he needs to avoid any amount of side spin. Nice try. So that's a good roll for Fedor Gorst. He fluked that safety, and now the 1, 2 and 4 are on one side of the table. So part 1 is getting the correct angle on the 4.
What about getting to the 7 from the 6?
That's gonna be part 3. Because part 1 is getting the correct angle on the 4. Part 2 is the actual execution of the 4 to the 5. To get the proper angle on the 6.
Yeah, so in the end you get either the error building up or you do everything perfect.
It all depends on the angle that he'll get on the 5. Maybe he'll have an angle to kiss the 7. To bump it, who knows?
Yeah, and probably that could be his main idea right now.
He just needs to float in between the 9 and 8. And now for... oh, no. Well, maybe he has an angle to go to the rail and bump it. Or avoid the 9. To leave an angle on the 6. Yeah, so 6 and 7 to the same pocket. Nice, smooth, precise. In between the 8 and 9, off of the short rail. Can also come out 2 rails if he has enough angle there. Because going forward in between the 8 and 9, he'd be traveling somewhat towards the side pocket. And playing it the way he played, he avoids that.
Yeah, so many things to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Playing pool at the top level.
I think the list of choices when you become better becomes longer, but the first couple of choices are on autopilot. It goes so quick.
Yeah, at the same time, I think it's important just not to get lost in this checkpoint list.
Yeah.
Like not trying to overthink it.
Yeah, that's what weaker players sometimes have. That they think they need to understand and know everything, but in the end, it's about instinct and automation of execution. Pulling the trigger, stand still, backswing and deliver. You need to have that some subconscious computer working for you, not the conscious brain. Well, Gorst is playing pretty instinctive. Good rhythm. He's going to be having the break now.
Oops. We've got a phone on in the audience.
Hang him high.
So they are supposed to get a warning. I've got another question about your background, this time about you as a rugby player. How come you came to the world of pool from playing rugby?
Well, the clicking of balls was the sound that attracted me, and I got injuries, and I started playing in the bar. Just that. And then when I really got injured and quit, then someone took me to another city where they had a proper pool hall with 9-foot tables. And you know, it went quick from there. 2 years later, I flunked out of university.
Well, it's awesome the way you developed into such a good pool player.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you love the game and if you are crazy enough to commit all the time, energy and money that you have to learning and practicing, then you'll get there. Oh, nice stroke. Nice stroke. He needed luck.
He's okay. Just going one rail for the 3.
Yeah, he's okay. It's a funny angle though, because he needs to slow roll this. A 3/4 ball hit between a half ball and a 3/4 ball hit. This is a skid danger. And he needs an angle on the 3. And that's the advantage of big pockets, because the pockets aren't exactly tight. That he pocketed the ball all the way on the left side of the pocket, giving himself the angle to get that cue ball to the long rail.
Well, actually, I think this is one of the reasons for pockets being of that size, just to let the player to alter the cut angle just a little once in a while, yes, when he needs it.
Good shot. Wow. We saw Pilivanovic win his final earlier today. He won 9-1 against Capito from Hong Kong. But Fedor looks to be wanting to do the same thing. playing quick.
Well, that's a longer race. That's a race to 11.
Just checking how far he needs to get that cue ball back in order to have a good view of the 6.
By the way, what's the longest race you ever played?
In a tournament?
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. 27 hours. One pocket. The longest race.
Like the Filipinos, they usually play like race to 21 to 35.
Oh, in the Philippines, I've played races to 25. Yeah, it's long. And this is experience and savvy. For half an hour, he's playing in a rhythm, playing quick. But he recognizes when it's time to step back and take a longer look. Just making sure. Slow rolling the 8, he'll have a cut on the 9 to the side pocket. Little far, it'll be to the corner. Not too soft, I expect, not a soft stop shot, but he'll punch it. Nice, very nice. Fedor Gorst leads this final 4-1 in a race to 11. And luck is a factor in 9-ball. It's what you do with it. And I'm referring to the fluked snooker of Fedor in the previous rack. He fluked the snooker, got the initiative, ran out, and then broke and ran.
Well, it's nice. We are having Europe versus Asia in 3 matches, and so far the European players are, like, I wouldn't say dominating, but well, Sanin produced very nice.
Yeah, we're winning.
Well, Christina was also ahead of her opponent, so far the European players are stronger.
A good year.
Good preparation.
Marty Herman writes, because you can write, you can comment on this live stream on Facebook, that the Russians are coming, but the Russians have been, especially in the junior divisions, they have been coming for a long time now. They are the dominant country at the European Junior Championships.
Well, but actually, this is the thing I was going to mention. It doesn't come out of nowhere. Like, it's the system. It's like working with the best coaches you could find. So we are very thankful, I think, to Johan Ruizing of the Netherlands, who is working with Team Russia currently. Poland has also got some very nice tradition in youth preparation.
Yeah, okay, maybe Poland and Russia together, the most leading nations. Let's not take it away from Poland. Eastern Europe, now Ukraine is, they're getting a deeper selection, more players.
So Fedor is going to play a jump shot.
Very close to the 6.
Like I mentioned before, Fedor is very good at playing jump shots, and you see he makes it in as if there is no obstacle at all.
And if we get a top view, or in this view, he didn't move, and that's really something to take note of. I mean, we always emphasize how important it is to stay still on the shot, but on a jump shot to stay still the way he did, impressive.
That's tons of practice.
He can kick at the 2. He can kick it. He'd be favorite to make it, and then play a save off of the 3. But he's playing a containing safety now. A waiting shot.
So what's the play here? Just thin cut to the 2, trying to leave it?
Yeah, there's no room for the 2 to go in between the rail and the 3. Very thin, I think. Do the same thing. Play a waiting shot. Oh, there was room. There was room.
Well, the kick is there. He can even try to make the 2 to the side.
Yeah. If he plays it, he can even hit it into the 4.
Yeah.
If the 4 is not frozen. If he plays it soft, he has a decent chance of saving Enkhbold. If he doesn't like his odds or his accuracy on the soft kick, he can hit hard, hoping to find hiding behind the 5, 7, 6, 9. Okay, the safety play from Enkhbold
From this happened.
Mongolia has paid off. He's got his chance. Would be easiest if the 3 goes in between the 6 and 4, but that's not the case. It's not an easy layout, especially not being down 4-1.
Oh, the reverse English grabbed.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Bringing the cue ball to the middle of the table. Well, sometimes it doesn't grab at all.
Back and forth.
Too close, but still okay.
Still okay. He hit that 3 ball a little thick. That's why he ended up where he is. He can draw all the way back to the short rail. Nice, that's nice. Punched it just out far enough of the long rail.
So a stop shot to have a nice lead on the 9.
Yeah, nice out. Good win here in rack 6 for Enkhbold. Played some good solid defense.
He needed this one.
And a smooth run out, 4-2. Duzga, they write, the Mongolian fans. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I think we've got plenty of them watching right now.
Yeah, cool.
Cheering the guy.
Where does Mongolian have its roots, do you know? As a language? Rack 7. Fedor is getting ready to break. almost guaranteed to make the wing ball.
So the 5 ball in this case.
It's all about keeping the cue ball on the table and getting a view on the lowest numbered ball.
Yeah, the 5 is down, and this is the only ball.
Perfect break, perfect 1 ball. A route in between the 4 and 8 to go towards the 2 ball. Taking quite a bit of time. It's possible that I misjudged the angle on the 1. Maybe he cannot draw to the long rail to avoid the 4. That's why he's considering to leave a longer shot on the 2.
So would you recommend just give it a touch of follow? To go into the rail.
If he can't soft stroke it to avoid the 4, then he needs to float it in.
Oh, that was a calculated touch.
Yeah, good shot. Plays to a nice rhythm, because as you notice, this rack is not super easy. He's taking more time. Just make the ball, stroke it, get back to center table for straight in on the 6.
Yeah, there are many drills around that teach the players just use the standard position routes.
Drills. Listen, Fedor Gorst is part of the Billiard team with Serastan and Dudanets.
Could you tell us how many you invented?
Drills?
Yeah.
Well, I have a couple of games. Yeah, I think I invented more games than drills. But it's well, it's finding ways to learn.
Are there any favorite drills you like to see your
Do
students
or give?
To give, yeah.
Well,
to see your students before.
I like to, I'll mix it up in a training. It's like hard work, technical drills, or just games where they play kick shots or banks or safety shots. There's the skill of executing a proper stroke that you need to practice, and there's knowledge. And you do different things to learn different things. But the Billiard Brothers on YouTube, they have a channel where they play many nice drills. And they have sharpened Fedor Gorst's skills. Amazing display of a good break and a solid clinical run out. Extending the lead, 5-2 up now in a race to 11.
Yeah, the Billiard Brothers you mentioned, they have some excellent drills, but to my view, they are too tough for the audience. The target audience are amateur players.
Yeah.
And just they can, of course, they get amazed about the skills, but still they can do the same.
I don't know if the recreational player is the target audience. I think their main objective has been to find a way to practice with more intensity. So if you put a camera on your training, then you have a more intense practice. And if you manage to run the exercise, you have something to post. You know, I think it's that. It's not like they wanted to have an instructional YouTube channel.
Well, actually, Andre Sarastan has told me basically this thing. They are trying to make the instructional video. Their plans are to give some advice on how to break.
Okay. How to break. He broke well. But the one hit the point of the side pocket. He's not getting any help from the pool gods. There's no offensive kick shot to play here.
Yeah, the pool gods just trying to make him work his way through this rack. Gets a roll here.
Yeah, the pool gods do help him. Strange choice of shot though.
I don't think the 2-ball is gonna be easy once it gets to it. It's frozen to the 9. Doesn't pass to the corner.
So what do you play? What kick shot do you play?
2 rails trying to stop the cue ball.
Yeah, but you can't stop it playing 2. Well, yeah, you full hit.
Yeah,
you can.
You get to hope for full hit. Yeah.
Temuujin Enkhbold can hit the 1, and maybe even pocket it. Yeah, to the corner.
But once again, the 2-ball comes into play. I don't think it even passes to the side. So the safety, another safety.
You can thin the 1, send it towards the 7, cue ball towards the 8.
Nice call, Alex.
A little bit too
far, yeah. He leaves the shot.
Too thin.
At least the response is there. He can't see the right side of the 1, but he can hit it full.
I think he can hit it thin enough to send the 1 ball twice across to go to the middle of the short rail. He can also bank the 1, that's why he's studying the 2-ball. Risk reward analysis. What's the risk? What's the reward?
Yeah, playing the percentages. Well, we've got a little stumble in the beginning of this rack. The position is not open.
No.
The layout.
Super difficult because there's no safety on. Doesn't look like it.
Oh, what is he trying to do now?
Well, you know, if he hits the 1 ball thick, he could get the cue ball across in between the 2 and 4, but he would be giving speed to the 1 that's difficult to control. Alternatively, it's just cutting the 1 ball and then hoping to see the 2 ball.
Watch out, side pocket. Well, here Fedor could play a combo if he wishes. Or maybe even going across along the table, just cross banking the 1, trying to duck it behind the 3 and 5.
Yeah, but the 1 will go into the 8 on the way back.
Yeah, too thin a hit required.
Yeah. Good shot. Yeah, this is the easiest and most controllable option to draw back all the way to the other short rail. Get in straight on the 2-ball and play it safe.
I'm examining the exact route for the 2-ball.
Two ball stuck to the 9, so he doesn't have a whole lot of margin.
And the 4 is also there.
Yeah.
Blocking a little bit of the paths available.
This is in no man's land.
Well, perhaps he went for the cluster breakup in the end.
Yeah.
What about the combo, like bang combo? No, it's not on.
No, it's not on. It's too wild a shot. He's going towards the 7.
That's nice.
Nice shot. But Temuujin Enkhbold from Mongolia, a 2-time finalist, sees the 2-ball.
Yeah, not too shabby. Being in the finals 2 years straight.
Yeah, that's strong.
We've seen in the past at the junior level some players were dominating, like it was Kopini, I think, winning
twice, I think.
In a row, yeah.
Yeah. Wei Kai Xia from Taiwan, I think he has won this title twice.
Yeah, and also what is amazing, we've had some players winning the junior worlds and never playing in future.
Yeah.
Like giving up pool.
And what is really amazing is Xiaxing Wu winning with the men the 8-ball world championship and the 9-ball world championship when he was 16.
Yeah.
Enkhbold here at least made sure to overcut the 2-ball. I must say he's getting many difficult shots. He's getting few open opportunities. But it's a race to 11. The tide can turn.
Possible scratches there? No. Managed to avoid this. Well, the 5 is still a problem. I'm gonna see another safety.
Doesn't have a nice angle to get on the 4, and he can't jack up, he can't elevate. So in trying to manipulate the cue ball, he hit the 3-ball thick. Most of the times if the angle isn't there, the player will end up getting the cue ball in the proper position but missing the shot.
Is it too much thinking about the position?
No, just if it's not there and the cue ball is in an awkward position, or you're playing with not enough attention, it's difficult to find that compatibility sometimes. How to play the shot. I mean that I think is Efren Reyes' talent, that he knows the shot, he knows what to play. And he knows what not to play.
That's a nasty miss by Enkhbold because he developed the cluster and left the table for his opponent.
Very important rack now.
Well, Fedor can cut the 3 ball into the side. The angle of approach is pretty steep.
Very steep, and he'd be going towards the 5-7.
That was the reason he was trying for the bank. The opposite side pocket was much larger a target, but another miss.
Yeah. Enkhbold not getting any opening. Acknowledged by Gorst. Super thin.
And behind the 4.
Good shot.
Very nice.
Good shot. No jump.
There is a standard kick. Pretty routine.
Yeah, well, it's close to the pocket.
The position is kind of under question. If you go one rail and make the 3, you could finish without any shot on the 4.
He's going to stun it. He's going to give it speed.
No, the touch, let a scratch, inevitable.
An opening for Enkhbold. He was due, I think. Shouldn't be any problem. Top left, the 3 ball. Straight in, it's on the 4 and 5.
Stop the cue ball.
Yeah,
nice little angle.
Stop or go forward an inch. He doesn't like it. Comes back.
Well, didn't want to play the 9 to the side, to the closest pocket.
Keeping things simple. And 5-3 it is. Narrowing the gap. 5-3. A 2-rack lead for Fedor Gorst, and Enkhbold from Mongolia needs to keep his fingers crossed. Because the success percentage on Fedor's break really is amazing. The amount of times that he has a shot on the ball after the break. By the amount of likes and hearts that I see flying about on the Facebook live stream, I estimate that we have many Mongolian viewers. Nice.
I think that's the way they appreciate your commentary.
Make sure to share.
Yeah, of course, the Mongolian viewers are just happy about Temuujin Enkhbold winning another rack. Try and take a bit close. So it's only the, I would say, 1/3 of the match so far, like 8 racks, in a possible of 21.
Look at the 2 ball. Yeah,
that's perfect.
So tough to beat this man when he's breaking like this. has an angle on the 4, so he'll be coming in towards the 5 ball. Gives him a lot of margin for speed. So here he can really produce quality and get close to the 5.
Yes, entering the zone at proper angle, just rolling the cue ball along the positional area.
I don't believe he'll hold the cue ball. Or will he? No, 6 to the same pocket.
Feeling pretty confident with his draw stroke. Well, the rest of the rack is textbook. Like stand.
Yeah, it was textbook. As soon as that 2 ball came to land near that long rail, straight in with the cue ball. Давай, Fedor Gorst, 6-3.
Yes, that's the way they cheer in Russian.
So Christina Tkac has won the title in the girls division. Fedor Gorst is looking on course to win his title. Is Lev gonna throw a party? Have any promises been made?
No doubt about this one.
Are we gonna get free drinks, free food?
It's kind of dream come true, I think, for him and Team Russia.
Yeah. Enkhbold to break in rack 10, squatting the cue ball, 9 ball, close to the pocket.
Could have wished for 2 and 9, like being vice versa, just the opposite for an easy combo.
Yeah, well, it's gonna probably be a 4-9 combination.
Still 3 balls to be dealt with, 1, 2 and 3, in order to get shape on this possible combo.
Cheating the pocket. Hitting a little more of the 1 ball to get closer to the 2.
Well, the crucial position is here, because the 2 is pretty deep in the jaws. I don't think there is too much of a ball to work with, actually.
No, and I'm not sure it's going to be a 4-9 combination. I'm not sure he can avoid contact with the 9. Now I'm sure. 3-9 combination. To the left, a very emotional Mongolian supporter. If I understood him correctly, it's the man with the hat and the flowery brown jacket. If I understood him correctly, he's the father of Temuujin.
Yeah, probably a piece of national dress or something like that he's wearing. Oh, he undercut it. He didn't cut the 3 enough to make the 9, which wasn't that hard. maybe even the nice idea would be playing rail first.
Rail first, yeah.
This way you're almost guaranteed to make the ball.
Well, the cloud has a silver lining because the 4 is tied up with the 9.
Obviously Christina Tkach in the background, not sitting close enough to the one of the trophies she just won.
Ooh.
Side pocket.
Ball in hand for Enkhbold, but there's no 4-9 carom on.
A little misjudgment probably by Gorst.
Yeah, it's always difficult to execute a shot. Medium difficult shot if you don't know exactly what you're going to do with the next shot. And had he gotten on the 4-9, it'd still have something to play there.
Yeah, it's important always to have a distinct plan.
I think if he puts the cue ball center table and thins the 4 and just comes past the 7 ball, he could hook him behind the 7. Or do the long rail close to the 4, he can clip the 4, make sure the 4 doesn't hit the 9 too hard and get to the left side of the 9 with the cue ball.
What about just driving the 4 ball closer to the 9, playing the way he positioning the cue ball right now? Yeah,
he's not going to snooker him, I think.
But at least he has not given him a shot.
Yeah, okay, but with the ball in hand you want a little more than that.
Well, once again, the position is very tricky here. The layout, I tend to mix.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
I think this is a good shot to play.
Yeah.
Hit it in. Too hard. Too hard. Or too thick.
Yeah, it's probably too hard.
So Enkhbold there failed to put Gorst in a world of trouble. Left the door open. No shot on, I believe. But he can kick at it.
Fedor is capable of stopping the cue ball behind the 9, but I'm afraid that the pace of the 4 ball will be a bit too much.
Nice shot.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Kick and stick. A 2-rail route around the 8. Oh, I think the 8 is too much in the way.
Or maybe even the 9 is blocking too much of this path.
Could well be, yeah.
I don't think he's got a natural path either way. Like he's got to use some English. Oh, that's a nice hit.
A free shot here for Gorst. If he can't cut the 4, he can bank it. Cross sides.
Splits the pocket without much hesitation.
Now the nicest way would be to go directly with stunt draw towards the 7, but the 8 is in the way, so he's going forward. And in so doing, he has a little more angle than he'd ideally like. But the pockets are generous, so that doesn't give a lot of pressure.
So with this kind of angle on the 7, is it 2 rails across the table or just
or
stay?
One, or come across, but one rail. You can also play, like this.
Yeah.
But this type of shot on a tighter table, that hangs up a lot. He's gonna come out 2 rails towards the 9. He'll have a cut shot on the 9, but that's all right.
Well, he could kind of stun draw it, just trying to drive the cue ball closer to the corner pocket a little bit for the rebound angle.
Yeah, this is all right. And again, on looser equipment, and the table, plays generous.
Yeah.
This doesn't give a lot of pressure because you can hit it a little thick. The pocket will eat the ball. 7-3 for Gorst. Enkhbold, maybe, but that's my interpretation. They are missing a little bit of experience. That's my interpretation. I don't know how often he comes up against expert
this kind of a position, yeah.
Against expert players in Mongolia. How much he watches YouTube, I don't know. But what he did with cue ball in hand there on the 4-9, that was a sellout.
Oh, do you think watching the YouTube is
important
part of process?
You need to study.
Yeah.
You need to study, and back in the days when I started,
we didn't have any YouTube.
You had to order and buy Accustats video cassettes.
Yeah.
And then watch Mike Siegel run 115 out for about 40 times, and then the cassette would break down, and you had to buy a new one.
It's very good we have DVDs now.
Nowadays players learn quicker. In all sports, in all departments, the information is out there. And you gotta watch them. You gotta learn. I mean, if you don't study the game, you're not gonna get ahead of the rest of because like these youngsters, all over the world, there are maybe 150 young hotshots, very good at pocketing balls.
And I think at the same time, one of the important parts is videotaping yourself.
And watching yourself back, yeah, sure.
And then just comparing the way you perform at the table and with the top players.
Yeah, he had ball in hand on the 4, Enkhbold, and he couldn't figure out a good safety.
Well, actually, I think he should have won this rack earlier with the 3-9 combo.
The 3-9 combo, yeah. Yeah, I think what happened there, I think he, the ball turned a little bit on him. I think he played it center ball, cutting the ball. I think he had like a mini skid. But then again, it's experience. Had he played it, to overcut it, and a little softer, then he would never have missed the ball. The trick is to find margin. In pool, in poker, in anything, where is the margin? If you pocket a ball, if you're playing a kick shot, a safety, find opportunities.
Oh, but in the end, it all comes to execution. I mean, you can be an expert in decision making, but if you cannot perform...
Sure. But I think if we talk elite level, I think
you're expected.
Yeah, I think it's shot selection. And skill. And bottle to do it under pressure.
Yeah.
So much involved.
And heart.
Yeah. A wild cue ball, but in the proper direction, not heading towards any pocket. Needs to come with a good stroke. One could play it a little scared and negative. Soft spin to hold the cue ball, and then the pocket will be generous, or thump it in and bring the cue ball over to the other long rail. Held it with ease. Now if the 5 doesn't pass the 8 ball, and it doesn't, he needs to be precise here. How good is that? How good is that? He's close with the proper angle. So from now on, everything, all his attention is directed to getting the best possible shape on the 6.
Which angle do you prefer?
I like to play low left and get to the long rail before the side pocket, to the long rail and out, almost straight in like this, just on the new cloth.
Yeah.
Maybe on another table I play something different.
Maybe a little bit higher from the side rail.
Yeah, but this is gonna bump out this cue ball. Of course, a little higher, it could be better, but it should be good. It's not out of the woods.
So going 2 rails forward.
Yeah, but you know, it's a TV table. Make sure that the cue ball grabs enough spin. Now he's going back.
That's perfect. So takes his time to recompose on the most important shot of this rack. Stays focused and delivers the 9.
Yeah, good break. His break is such a big weapon. It also takes off pressure off of his game, because he knows, he feels that he's favored to have a scoring opportunity every time he gets to the table to break the balls. And Temuujin Enkhbold in this match, he's not getting many shots after the break, so that puts extra pressure. Also having the lead, you know, it's easy to defend the lead if you know you're maybe 3-1 favorite to win on your own break.
Yeah, it was kind of the same story with the under 17 juniors, when Pehlivanovich was breaking very good,
yeah,
and Capito of Hong Kong was a little bit suffering on his breaks, didn't get good position.
Yeah.
So it all starts, I think, with cue ball control, like for amateurs or for some best of the amateur players, and then once you can control the cue ball, you can start adding speed to your stroke, right, on the opening break.
Yeah. He's squatting the cue ball, Enkhbold.
Well, now he controlled it perfectly, but the cue ball got kicked.
Yeah, but you know, so you have the 1 ball and 1 diamond, 1.5 diamond towards center table. If you squat the cue ball there, what he just did, there's a lot of traffic. Many balls are coming around in that area, so actually you're favored to get kissed by another ball. And if you really break the balls, like Shane van Boning, the cue ball jumps back more to an area where there's less traffic. He can get behind the 4. We can play more containing shot, bank the 2 with more speed towards the 6. Then off of the 7 towards the 4.
Well, now examining the path of the 2 ball for the final position.
Nice.
So no jumping opportunity for Gorst in this shot. It's only one rail escape. From the top camera looks like even this option is not available, but it is.
I need
Maybe
to swerve.
A little Massey shot, yeah. How good is that?
Hello. Beautiful. Beautiful. Отлично. Right? So,
like I said, I'm amazed at your Russian language skills.
now withdraw. Good shot.
A two-way shot?
No, I think he played mainly cue ball. Fedor is gonna jump.
He already pocketed one jump shot in this match.
Look at how still he stands when he delivers. Ha!
Just as before, as if there is now obstacles.
Yeah, very nice.
Back to the Billiard Brothers channel, they have well, kind of a drill where Gorst makes 6 in a row, 6 jump shots in a row, and he makes it.
Yeah.
He pockets them all. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's another Galouraikis. It's a Greek. He lives in
yes,
Norway.
I've seen this video.
You know, he could be a contender. That would be interesting to have him and Gorst and Niels Vijen, who's also a very good jump shot player. To have those 3 do a competition.
I'm afraid after this one we're going to change the cloth on the table.
Yeah. Oh, smart shot.
But the play is there.
Yeah, I still like the solution.
So the main idea was to drive the 4 ball towards the 6.
Object ball first. Almost got him.
Well, that's a very nice piece of advice for those of us watching, playing the leagues or whatever. Object ball first.
Yeah, it's what they do in snooker all the time. No, not all the time, but...
Oh. He undercuts this.
Very difficult though. Very difficult because that cue ball is gonna slow down a lot after hitting that short rail.
Well, that was a big chance wasted by Temuujin.
Made it look easy, Gorst. But cue ball, he couldn't have placed it better with his hand. Little distance, perfect angle. Now, important to leave an angle here on the 7. Yeah, it seems like Enkhbold's aspirations in this final are broken. It was a good opportunity he had on the 4. Let that go astray, and this is going to be 9-3 in favor for Fedor Gorst. And 9-3 it is. Strong shooting by Fedor. Just like he's been doing in the whole tournament.
We've got a question on the chat about his age. He turned 17 this year, meaning he's got still 2 years at the junior level. So watch out.
Yeah.
Maybe it is 3 in a row, who knows.
Yeah, very all-round player.
There was a funny story about him playing Alex Pagulayan at the Derby City Classic when there was a very tight match. It was probably Alex won on the hill, and he was so happy about this one that Alex played very nice shots in the last track, and he was like jumping all over the arena. And after that, Andrei Sarostan, who was with Fedor together at the Derby, he asked Alex, "Do you know you are so happy about beating the 14-year-old?" So even 3 years ago, at the age of 14, Fedor Gorst was a pretty formidable opponent. And as time goes, he gets even better and better.
Yeah, and he travels a lot, which is important. He's up against the big guns. He did well, I think, 2 years ago in the Bigfoot Challenge at the Derby City. I don't know.
Well, actually, I don't remember him participating, but probably you're right.
Okay, yeah, I need to get the facts straight, but let's keep it at that he's just a very strong player, especially considering his age.
Well, finally we've got a Bigfoot table installed in Moscow at one of the locations, so there's an opportunity to get prepared for this kind of action.
And again, he has an opportunity after the break. He's playing break and run pool. There's an angle here to go 2 rails towards the 8.
Speaking of Gorst, he finished at 11th place at the Derby City Classic last year, playing 9-ball, and he finished 4th this year, last winter, playing 9-ball also.
Wow, that's
that
strong.
Speaks a lot.
That's strong.
Very strong.
Perfect speed here. The 8-ball was looming large. Made sure to not finish behind it. Almost on cruise control. His performance in this final matching that of Sunjin Pilivanovic in the pupils final. Rack 13, Fedor Gorst is on the hill, leads 10-3. One-way traffic. Punishing Enkhbold double for that missed 4-ball the previous rack. Ran out, then broke and ran out.
Yeah, right. That's 2 points exactly. 2 racks given to his opponent. by Temuujin Enkhbold with that miss. Oh, he had his chances in this match. Probably could have been like 7-5, maybe. But still, Gorst's lead is not in question.
They met in the first match of this tournament, Gorst and Temuujin Enkhbold.
9-3 it was, I suppose.
9-3, and then Hoffmann from Germany was beaten 9-2.
Yeah. So
Yip from Hong Kong was beaten 11-2. Then Hoffmann in the in the semi-finals was 11-8. That was Gorst's closest match.
So if we take apart the semi-final, it's close, like to not giving the even 4x to the opponents at the world level.
Yeah, an amazing display.
Well, once again you see the break shot.
Yeah.
Nothing easy.
Doesn't manage to control the one.
The cue ball got kicked once again.
And he ended up behind the 8 ball, so he needs to push out. Pushes out for a kick shot. Ricky Evans from Missouri got to the got to the quarterfinals here. Lost against Jan van Lierop from the Netherlands.
It was the best performance from USA juniors, right? He was the only one in the quarters, beating his fellow
countryman Summers. No, that was in the round before.
Yeah.
In the quarters, he beat
to get to the single elimination.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, the draw was really awkward. We had Germans playing against Germans, Polish against Polish. No, not that. But
well,
Russians, Koreans, Koreans.
That was weird, but that's lady luck, you know, because the draw was completely random, and the main principle was to make sure that the players who faced one another in the winner's side of the bracket to advance to the quarters, they don't have to play again.
Yeah.
Well, like those people I discussed this matter with both told me that a good thing about this is that these countries are guaranteed to have a medal, right?
True.
So it's just the way you look at this. Of course, it could have been 2. Haven't they met each other? But it could have been nothing.
Yeah. So a good shot on the 1. And he's now in a winning position.
Yeah, probably only 5 balls from the biggest title of his career so far. The biggest trophy.
Following in the footprints of Ruslan Chinakhov from Russia, from Moscow, who
yes,
has also won the title.
Yeah, he won this event in 2009, I think, in Nicaragua.
Of all places. But this has been an amazing, a stellar performance of his ability, his quality, his knowledge as well. The catch here on the right, Dudanets on the left, one of the Billiard brothers. He was a runner-up in his junior world championship in the past.
Yeah.
Stumbled at the last hurdle. But his billiard brother Gorst is gonna do it today. He's gonna do it now. And then surely they're gonna get this party started. 2 Russians winning the gold today.
It's Team EPBF celebrating today.
Well, it's gonna have a slightly more Russian taste to it, I expect. Fedor Gorst, the world junior champion. 11-3, he beats Temuujin Enkhbold from Mongolia. A great performance, a great win. Congratulations, Fedor Gorst, and as you said, he's going to be back here next year.
Yes, hopefully, no doubt about this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Many thanks to Alex Lely for doing commentary here live from Moscow, Russia. Thanks everyone, and good luck.
Faru.